it's Lily. I'm in my office tonight. The kids are sleeping. I'm getting some work done. And I was inspired to make a YouTube video, especially for my moms out there, on how to handle a hard mommy day. Today was not a hard mommy day, and that's why I'm making this video, because I think if I did have a hard mommy day, I would have made this video would be like 30 minutes long and just be like ranting and raving and venting to you guys. But mainly I wanted to make this video just to let all of you guys out there know that we all have bad days. There's going to be good days and bad days, as you know, but it's just normal and it's just part of motherhood. And so I wanted to share a few tips on how to get through, how I personally get through those hard mommy days, because boy, they come. And it can just happen from like 1 minute to the next. You can have your kids perfectly fine playing, no fighting, everything's good. Or in my case, everything's fine until Liam asks me for something and I say no, and then he loses it. So we can go from a good day to a bad day really fast. But there are those days that are worse than ever, that you feel overwhelmed, that you just can't do enough. The house isn't clean, the kids are acting crazy, you're not getting anything done, you're fighting with your children, they're not listening, and it's like it can be very overwhelming. So here are some of my tips on how to get through it. My first tip is get outside. Sometimes when you're in the house so long, you're just like, you almost feel like just that cabin fever. You just like need to get out and get some fresh air, and it can make a difference in your kids' behavior, and just like for you to just feel better. Like just get a new fresh, get out of the house and just get a new fresh start on your day, and just take the kids out, put them in the stroller, and just start walking. Next, call a friend and vent away. I had to do this a few weeks ago. I was having a really hard mommy day, fighting with my 3.5-year-old over what he was wearing, and normally I wouldn't care because I'm just like, that's kind of a battle I've just like thrown in the towel with, because we fight about that all the time. But we were going to a wedding and he needed to wear certain things, and he wanted to wear his pajamas because he's obsessed with his pajamas. So it was really rough, and he just wasn't listening. I was stressed out. I had to go. He wasn't getting dressed, and it was really hard. And Psycho Mama came out, and we were both just like screaming at each other, and I just wasn't getting anywhere. But at the time I was just so upset. Like I wanted to be upset, and I wasn't trying to back down and do anything. So I just felt so bad after that big fight with my little son, and I couldn't believe that like all those emotions could come out of me. Just like so much frustration, just feeling so overwhelmed. And I had to let it out. My husband wasn't available to talk. He's usually my first source. And so I called a girlfriend. Don't make the mistake, you guys, to call someone that doesn't have kids. Because it's like telling someone about like a road rage situation. Like, I was in the car, the guy braked. Like, people don't understand it. It's kind of like, okay. So call someone else who has kids, your good friend, and just be like, just vent away. I was crying to my friend, and of course she could tell me, I know, I just went through that with my daughter. And so it just helps you feel better and more normal to know that other moms are going through this too. And after I was able to vent, it was like I wiped my tears and I felt better. So find a friend to vent, and not someone that doesn't have kids. Sometimes even your mom, like, depends. Like my mom, people who are older, they kind of forget what it's like. So it's just better to talk to someone in your same situation. Okay, I'm looking at my little list here. Next, when you're having those hard mommy days, sometimes you gotta stop everything that you're doing and just hug your kids. Hug your kids. It's like, if you're feeling overwhelmed, if they're not listening, sometimes I'm like, I think my son needs a hug. I think that I just stop everything and just hug him. And it helps me to just stay, I don't know, just like reminds me of what's really important, and that I don't have to be focusing on like, pick up your toys, do this, or like whatever like is going on in the house. And I just hug him and love him, and I could just like forget about whatever was happening, whatever I was feeling overwhelmed, and just like remember what's really important, which is the love I have for my son, my family, and not the housework and not everything else. And so it's just really helpful to do that. Make sure and give yourself some alone time. That night when you put the kids to bed, paint your fingernails, watch your favorite show, do something for you. You have to just feel like it's not just all about, you know, just the hustle and bustle of running your household and everything. Do something special for you that day. Blow dry your hair that day. Read a book. Just have that alone time. Get some sleep. Maybe go to bed early that day. Whatever it is, it's just going to make you feel better and refreshed. For me, makeup, nails, that kind of stuff always does it for me because I just feel better about myself and I like how it makes me feel. And then last but not least, this is the most important one, the one that I rely on the most, is prayer. I couldn't be a mom without prayer. When I'm having a really hard mom day, I just get on my knees and I'm like, God, what do I do with your child? Give me patience, Lord, because this is not easy. This is not an easy task. Motherhood is difficult. You're going to have days that you feel like a failure, that just nothing is, you know, seems right. But I don't know, whenever I pray, it just like, it grounds me and I'm able to just get lost in a zone and just be in that space where I'm just like talking to God and I ask him, I pray for comfort, for patience, and I just ask for him to direct me and guide me to know how to handle these situations, or how to be a better mom, or just how to discipline my children in a way that's effective and isn't going to traumatize them and send them to therapy in their adult years. But prayer is the number one thing. But what I love about prayer mostly is that the minute I get on my knees, because in the hard mommy days I get on my knees, it's like instantly I could just feel God's love. I'm in a place where I'm just like, I could just relax and release everything that I'm feeling. And I don't know, it just makes me feel so much better. And if all else fails, and if none of that works, lock yourself in the bathroom and enjoy a Dove bar, some chocolate. All right, guys, those are my little tips. This isn't easy. I want to know what you guys do on those hard mommy days. Leave comments below because people read them and you never know, maybe something you write can encourage someone today. Thanks for watching. Bye. It takes more than one to grow.